Hello everyone, William here. Once again, it's pre-release week in the UK, about 2 weeks later than the US, which is not the norm, but hopefully that doesn't happen again in the future of Mega Evolution. And I just got back from the pre-release. Surprisingly, it was the same usual crowd that goes at every pre-release, which to me is strange considering how many people are right now currently into the game. Well, not the game, into collecting, which is probably why there isn't that many more people, but that's a topic for another day of those that don't really play. Anyway, what I played today was the Intellion deck. I won two of my games out of three, and one was kind of close. The other one I lost badly, and the other one I won surprisingly easy, which is generally the case with pre-releases. These are generally the two deck boxes I take. This Nessa one I have the deck in, and the Juniper, Professor Juniper, I keep my dice and so forth. In what for my polls, I didn't really get anything in particular other than Mega Venusaur EX, which from what I could see, the vibe in the room is that no one really pulled anything major. And those that did had attended multiple pre-releases. It's obviously the sample size is way too small to indicate if that's any, how valid that would be for the poll rates, but it is interesting to see that so far not many people actually got much. Alright, I saved my 3 packs at the end to open since most people were leaving at the end, and since not many people got anything, there wasn't really much in terms of trading, which is another thing that happens when there isn't that many hits in the room. Alright. Also, one other thing is my LGS only has a pre-release on Saturday instead of the usual Saturday and Sunday, which I wonder if that's also related to the limited release in Europe of the set, but it's hard to say. Again, it's a very small sample size. Alright, here is Sanshu Shinji Kanda. Is this card going to then go up because it's done by that artist? Probably not. Although, who knows nowadays in this market? Litleo, Claw Launcher, another popular artist, Kamiya, Tinker Tink, Latios. I think this has some kind of synchronization with the Mega Latias. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't really been playing. I haven't booted up the PTC live in almost maybe 2 months. I haven't really been playing now that Mega God of War and oh, there's a hit. Mega God of War and no, God of War EX and Dragon Ball EX. I find the game's gotten a bit stale, which is why I haven't been playing that much. Anyway, this is not Jenny. As I say, these pack openings are not the most exciting, but I could tell that the next card is Lieutenant Surge's Bargain, which I'm really surprised. I want to say this is maybe the fifth ever full art supporter which I've ever gotten, so if I don't get anything else, this would definitely be a great hit, and it'd be a card I'm keeping. Like most people, I agree that the regular full art is better than the I guess, what is it, the illustration here rare, which I mean, it has a unique art style, that card, but it's not the best. I don't think this card is really playable, although you could say it's really just a base draw 4, since I can't imagine too many will be taking it prizes. A code card there. I'm not really playing, as I've said lately, online, so if someone takes a code card, Good for you if you do. I'm sure they're still coming useful even if one isn't really playing at the moment. I do like how they've changed the actual backs of them to something a bit more interesting with Pikachu. Will there... I want to see what they have for the next set if there's another Pokemon. The Pikachu's a good choice, alright? Magnemite. I've never heard of this artist before. KRGC. Vulpix. Ooh. Nayo Kimura. I like this artist. Is it he or she? I never really remember, but they've done the art for some of the Southern Islands cards, which is why I really like them. Bulbasaur. This Bulbasaur has a bit of playability in the Control Mega Venusaur EX deck. Pokemon Center Lady. Kind of a departure from the usual Pokemon Center Lady style from Scarlet and Violet. I'm not sure how comfortable it would have been working outdoors all day in the Pokemon Center without any. But as it's kind of unique how they did it in Scarlet and Violet. Siftree, Magnezone, Wally's Compassion. I think this pairs up with the Mega Venusaur EX deck. Nacli. Ooh, Houndstone. The is it art rare or illustration rare? I think illustration rare is the name for the set. I wonder if this card would be really popular now that it's Halloween, October. Houndstone is not... I'm not really a fan of the creepy type Pokemon, but I mean it's okay. And it's Gen 9, I believe. Yeah, because I think the Gym Leader Rhyme used one. Like, it's been a while I played Scarlet and Violet. And a Raikou. I had one in one of my other 4-packs. The code card, if anyone ever sees this, to redeem that code. I'll put these 2 hits at the back and try to make this video under 10 minutes. It's going a bit long. I've heard some backlash on the YouTube. I'm not into YouTube pack opening channels. I heard there's some backlash on channels that basically fly through the packs, which I could see both slow pack openings and the brief ones have some merit, but I'm not really interested in watching pack openings. I watch some people I follow if they open packs, but not too often. Alright, Onyx. Retreat cost of 4, as it usually is. Although, is the original base set on its retreat cost of 3? I believe it is. I'll have to check. SQ. Lopunny, another Lopunny. I know there's going to be a Mega Lopunny EX in the next set. Inferno X, I know, is a Japanese name. Gumshoes. Mystery Garden. This card is supposedly really good in the usual God of War EX deck, but you'll see. It's going to be I'm surprised it hasn't been a regional yet. Well, still, I think it's 2 weeks after the set releases, there's going to be a regional, so I'll get to see how the top players adapt to this format. Fighting Gong. These types of reverse hollows they scratch really easily. I was watching, speaking of watching pack openings, a pack opening by DJ Gigabyte, and he mentioned these types of reverse hollows scratch really easily. And I could tell from the vintage packs, vintage reverse hollows, that's really the case. I was looking for Altaria from the Diamond and Pearl era, which as a reverse hollow on that. You generally just find a scratch. Alright, last pack. And last hit, Meganium. Ideally I wanted a Meganium deck, but this is a good substitute. Wild Growth. I think that ability's been used before. Fire Energy, and finally a code card for whoever wants it. Alright, so that's all for this video really. 2 hits and the Venusaur EX I got earlier, which not bad. I'll be keeping this one, and the Houndstone I'll probably put on eBay. So that's all for today, and thanks for watching.